Hello, Beauty News family. Welcome to I don't know, what are we calling this? Beauty News DIY?
DIY? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely not destroying.
No.
We're creating this time.
We did. What
Go
the
us.
fuck? We're so good. So we have had a lot of requests to destroy the Lancome Rose Highlighter.
Yeah.
And we do have it. It's coming. It's coming in the
We've
mail.
ordered it online.
Yes, but we were having difficulties getting our hands on it because it hadn't been released in Australia and it was sold out everywhere that we could purchase it online from the States. So we thought, let's make it.
Yeah.
So we did. Now, ours is very little.
Yes.
It's a baby.
It's a baby.
But we couldn't find large pink roses and we just kind of went with what we had. Yeah. So essentially what we did is we bought fake flowers.
$2 a bunch.
Yep.
So super cheap.
Very cheap. And we just plucked off. Yeah.
Fluff
cool.
on one?
Bonus
Cool.
fluff.
Why not?
We just plucked off some flowers and had a little play and this is what we ended up with.
Yep. Okay, so essentially we filmed this over a week ago now, but we decided to let it dry completely. Also, we work and we've been busy.
Yeah.
But we filmed this over a week ago, so it's completely dry and you can see that it does actually work. I don't know if you can see that on camera. It's quite pretty, isn't it?
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Okay, I've got dust all over my rug.
Shit and balls.
Hey, it still probably has more product than the real one in there.
Yeah.
So if you want to see how we made this highlighter, we did try a few techniques and some of them weren't very good. We did try to apply it with different kind of mixing mediums to hold the product on the flower. We tried to dust it on with like a sieve. We tried to
apply it with a brush.
Yeah. But we found probably the quickest and the most effective way to do it, and that's what we're going to show you now. So yeah, you can recreate your own, super cheap. Flour was, well, you get a whole bunch for $2, so you could make a whole lot of them. And then we got some pigments online that were really cheap as well, just little kind of bag sachets. So you could literally make probably a dozen of these for under $10.
Absolutely.
Under $10, easy. So in Australia, we know for a fact the Lancome one is retailing for 100 Australian dollars because we ordered it.
Because I paid for it.
Yeah, but we know that if you do it yourself, you can. If you find a cheap flower that looks exactly like that Lancome one, awesome. You could totally recreate it.
Yeah.
But if you want to make mini ones, you can. Yeah,
I really like this,
It's
and
cute,
it actually. I like the fact that it's like a soft highlight.
Yeah.
It's like...
And the other
subtle.
one, the Lancome one looks more powdery.
Yeah, it
Like
does.
it almost looks like a setting powder, whereas this actually, since we used pure pigment, it actually is quite shimmery.
Yeah.
So keep watching to see exactly how we made that. But if you want us to take it to the extreme, we also made a bouquet of various flowers. So this includes a setting powder, a blush. We've got a bunch of pigments for eyeshadows. We've got one as like a really extreme kind of purpley highlighter. So we decided to make almost like a palette of flowers.
Yeah.
So we also filmed this and they'll be linked up in the corner or in the description box and at the end of the video. So if you want to see how we made one in detail, keep watching and then you can check out how we decided to make it into a bit of a fun...
Yeah. Let's get on to DIY rose highlighters. So we have played around with this. We found the best method for us and we've had failures. We found foam flowers do not work. Material flowers work best. We found the best way to get it to stick is just straight up isopropyl alcohol. We're using loose pigments that are very finely milled and a container to shake it up in.
We've also found out that the smaller the flower is, it seems like it's easier to coat. Also, if you find a container that is quite small as well, we originally tried to do these in a bigger container and they weren't as good. They were a bit chunky. So if you can find a small container, it works a lot better. It's a lot more even. So this is a very simple method. We also did try things like using a sieve to sift product on it. We tried brushing product on the roses. We tried other mixing mediums. This is the easiest and the most effective method that we've tried. So if we did have a bigger rose, we couldn't find bigger pink roses, fake pink roses. So we're going for a small one. And so we're going for a small container to put it in.
First things first, add the pigment to the tub. We are using 2 different pigments. We're using a white one with a silver purple shift and a rose gold.
So that's how it's looking. You do want a fair amount so it does coat the entire flower. If you're finding that it's not coating completely, you can pour some more in. So I've just dipped the flour in the alcohol and then you just kind of dab off the excess, because if there's too much on the flour, it will gather and chunk, we've learnt, which isn't very pretty. So you make sure there's no excess. Put it in the container.
Shake it up. Shake it up really thoroughly. You want to make sure it's completely coated. So we're pretty happy with this, but we do think it could have a little more on there. So what we're going to do is pop it back in the container, and we're going to tip a little bit of the pigment in the petals, and then we're going to shake it up again.
So it's very nicely coated there. Okay, so that's what it's looking like there. It's pretty well covered. Once again, if you wanted to go in and touch it up a bit more, you can put some on a brush, but that is super pretty. And you got your highlighter. Okay, so we've got the end result here, guys. Are you ready for it? Ta-da! Isn't it pretty?
Oh my god, it's so cute.
It's really, really pretty. So instead of spending an exorbitant amount of money on the Lancome one, you can make your own for a couple of dollars.